So hip hop turned 47.
Is it 47?
Yeah,
I thought it was like 44.
I thought it was 40.
1973.
Yeah, 47. That's 47 years old.
47.
What was the first hip hop song?
This is what I was gonna say. Oh, I thought that
strongly
was.
debated. That's been already strongly debated.
Isn't
already.
it something delight?
Rapper's Delight?
Riper's delight.
No, but then there was another song. What's the name of the song again? That's the way. I forget it. It'll come to me. I want to become.
Hip hop's 47 years old.
47?
Yeah. How old are you, if you don't mind?
53. I'm 53, so
Cool.
I was there in the beginning.
Cool. Come on, listen to what I'm saying. Hip hop's 47, right?
Good for hip hop. Happy
Okay.
birthday, hip hop.
Do you remember the first song, or do you remember how old you were when you first discovered hip hop?
I don't remember how old I was. I remember the song I heard.
Yeah.
It was the Run DMC.
Cool. Which one?
It was the
Rock This Way?
No, before that. What was the big Run DMC song? And that's the way it is.
Cool. Do you remember when you first discovered hip hop?
Yeah. Rapper's Delight. That was my favorite song. I got that whole song memorized.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because that was like the only song that was on the radio that was a hip hop song.
Cool. You remember?
What about the best hip hop movie?
Yours was who?
Fuck the police.
Excuse me. You started off pretty hardcore. Cool.
It was either that or Slayer, so I figured,
Yeah. Cool.
I had a little bit more of a groove.
You a hip hop
That's your
fan?
introduction to hip hop?
Cool. Do you remember when you first discovered it?
Yeah, junior high,
Cool.
grade 7 and 8, Public Enemy, Big
Come
Daddy
on.
Kane.
Come
Did
on.
Run It
Official.
Down.
Official.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. First song or first album you knew by heart?
Probably.
First song and first album. Because back in the days, people would learn like complete albums.
First album I probably memorized from top to back
Yeah.
was probably Big Daddy Kane.
Grandmaster Flash. Don't push me. Remember that?
That was the first song you knew by heart?
That's the first song.
Do you
I knew
remember,
by
did
heart.
you ever learn a complete album?
No, because they did singles. There was a lot of singles.
there's a lot of
45.
singles.
Yeah, but
Yeah, no, not really albums.
say-
Like,
what, did you ever learn an album?
Yeah.
not personally, no.
Nas
what-
is Illmatic from front
That
to
was
back.
your first album?
From front to back.
Mine was
Every
flipping
song.
Snoop, Doggy Style. I was like in grade
actual
8.
album was
I
Bob
in,
Marley.
I was in grade 8. I loved Doggy Style. I was in grade 8. I got
I
it
always
for the
wanted to
weekend.
ask this. I'm glad
and
you
I
brought
knew
that
it by
up.
heart.
Because the girls, they played It Ain't No Fun.
Completely.
The girls
Yeah, I
were
know.
losing it.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
I'm like, yo,
hip hop's completely
they know what they're
corrupting.
singing about, right?
No, hip hop's completely corrupting.
Girls loved it. Like, yeah.
Who had the greatest impact on like your life? The artist group with the most influence on your life?
That's it's tough to narrow it down to just one.
2 or 3.
I'm a big old rock guy, so Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix.
Come on.
I love music. Anything that sounds good, I love. So it doesn't matter what culture, what background. If it sounds good, it sounds good, right?
What hip hop acts had the greatest impact on your life?
Yeah, I'd have to say Public Enemy. That's the first. When you were talking about learning albums back to back,
Yeah.
that's the one I actually learned back to back.
Dope. That's a good one. I don't even
Me
know
and
that
my
one.
buddies.
I don't even know that one, I say. Artists with the greatest impact. Hip hop artists with the greatest impact. Just because, I mean, there was a time when I was in grade 9, these guys were starting gangs based off of these songs.
Well, you know what? It's I would say Nas's first album
Yeah.
sparked our little. I don't even want to
Vibe,
call
flavor.
It. All of a sudden we're G's now. All of a sudden we're gangsters.
Love
Because
it.
we listen to Nas.
Agreed. Hip hop artists that influenced you the most?
Oh goodness. There's a song where the guys make fun of this guy who acts French. Wait,
Oh, I don't know it.
Damn.
Is it De La Soul or something?
Close? No, I was around that time. Like not Diggable Planets.
Black Sheep?
Yeah.
Good one too.
What was the song they're making fun of? What?
They're making fun of some French guy.
Oh, what's his name? Oh, you accent so French, but you're not French. Oh, why are you being so mean to me? And it was like, oh.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it sounds like a skit.
Not Weird Al Yankovic.
Hip hop artists with the greatest influence, like on who you are, you're cool, your dress, the way you thought.
I can't narrow it to one.
Mine's
It's impossible.
Probably the Beastie Boys.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When they came out, it was over.
What are you talking about?
The Beastie
No,
Boys.
I don't even believe you. I don't even believe you.
When the Beastie Boys came out, it was over. Ask
Really?
anybody who's my age. I'm telling you.
Huh.
They came out and they came out and they went
I'll
off.
say this, when I seen that video from Gangstar Just to Get a Rep, and there's a scene where he's walking and he's wearing Patrick Ewing sneakers. I was like, yo, I gotta get those. And I saved my money all summer. And come September, went to Brooklyn and bought my black and white high cut.
The name of the group is like 3 words in the song.
Yeah, Patrick Ewing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about the power of the
It's a
words
culture.
of it.
It's a lifestyle.
This is what I'm saying. The power of the culture.
It's the most powerful culture right now in the world. Period.
Oh yeah.
In all aspects.
KRS One.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And because he was Jamaican too,
Come on.
that was that.
Well, this is it. Let's talk about the roots, Jamaican roots. I didn't realize that dancehall music is credited, or Jamaica is credited for the creation of hip hop.
Of course it is.
Ah!
Of course it is.
Jamaican? Yeah, no.
It's debatable.
Is it? What's the
Well,
debate?
because the DJ, his background is Jamaican.
Yeah, which DJ we talking
Cool
about?
Herc.
Yeah.
And he took the sound, the DJ sound setup style, and made block parties out of it
That's right.
in New York. So those are like considered the first hip hop parties per se, with the big speaker systems all stacked up, DJ turntables in the middle of the street.
Come on.
So yeah, you give him the credit for that.
Who's Paul Revere was an actor? I mean, a rapper? Oh. I don't really know. I thought Beastie Boys were like supposed to be the white version of Run DMC.
No.
Yeah, they're themselves.
No.
They just happen to be around at the same time.
Well, they were signed by Russell Simmons.
Yeah, they were Def Jam.
Yeah.
How powerful is hip hop music?
It used to be powerful.
Oh, really? So you don't think it's still powerful?
I mean, I guess it still has an influence.
Yeah.
For the younger kids.
Yeah.
But the power, I don't see the power. Now that I gotten older.
What was the power then? If we lost the power,
because they stopped rapping about conscious stuff and started rapping about bling and cars and girls and booties and money, and stopped rapping about conscious stuff. Back in the days when you did a song, and you had to have a story. You had to be telling something. You couldn't just rap about what you're wearing or what's happening. You had to have a story. When hip hop lost that, hip hop kind of faded in the wrong direction for me, and I went back to reggae.
interesting. Yeah, I remember there was a time too when I was younger that there was like a crossover. So you were either dancehall or you were hip hop. Like those are the rules. Or you were called a crossover. You remember those times?
Yeah.
It was like 93. 93. Like
I would have been a
crossover.
crossover. Yeah.
Okay, is hip hop exploited? How are ways
What's
that hip hop is exploited?
exploited? Oh,
The culture
Oh well.
nowadays.
The money
Tons of
part.
things.
Yeah, the record contracts.
Well, no, the way they're dressed, the way the artists are dressing. Like they don't really dress like that. With I mean, it's changed now because they don't wear their pants all saggy. But the way they dress, definitely, bro, definitely.
Oh, so like they're exploited by name brands and stuff
Yes,
like that.
like they're
I
trying
feel
to-
like they don't fully value their power when it comes to that stuff.
No, they don't. And the thing is, and this is part of it as well, is that whole style of the
Street
yeah, quote, yeah, exactly, street dude, like black guy, the
Yeah.
hood guy.
Yeah.
Like they created some image and then sold it to us like, this is what you need to look. You
Oh,
want to
and
be
then
a
sell it
hood guy?
back.
You
Yeah,
gotta
right.
look like this.
Huh.
hoodie and Tim boots.
Yeah.
How do you see hip hop being exploited?
I mean, Pete brought up a pretty good example with, you know, yeah, a certain stereotype that was presented with the way they dressed or the way they moved and maybe the type of language they used, but I really can't see it any other way.
Thank you. How do we see hip hop getting exploited nowadays? The culture.
Well, just the way that they deal with the kids and stuff when they sign their record labels, right? They rob them.
They say that's guaranteed though. Being robbed in your first deal, they say is like a guarantee.
Not if you're independent, and with all the platforms and stuff that people have nowadays, independence is the way to go. Because if you make enough songs and you get them popping, you can go on tour with all the songs that you made, right?
Fact.
Who's that guy?
Vladimir Swolov? Yeah. Russian ex-trainer, coach.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about the other day when Schoolie was here. Violence in the music, because he brought that up. And was talking about how we're responsible for that. And just the effect that it has on our community. So we do celebrate a lot of violence and a lot of death in our music.
I look at hip hop as like a truth teller. It's a mirror of what's happening around in society.
That's what we've been saying,
So,
but that's not even always
depends,
necessarily
I think
true.
it depends how you present the art, right? So you could brag about it, okay, and then that would be like promoting violence. But then you could be talking about things that are happening around you. You know what I mean? Like you could be bragging about stuff that you personally did to somebody, or you could be talking about the environment that's around you. So it just totally depends on how you present it. I don't think it glorifies violence. No. I think it's a
What are you talking
reflection of
about?
Society, and society
Okay.
is a violent thing. Society in itself is violent.
I've heard that argument a lot. That's probably the main argument for the violence that's in hip hop. We can though, because I feel like that's become the standard.
Everyone has
That's
a choice.
like the starter rapper kit.
I listen to some of the
You know what I mean?
most-
So whether that's your story or not, that's kind of what you feel has to be pumped. And I feel like that's irresponsible.
Well, no, see, no, but like,
Or go to jail as an
Oh,
artist,
you better start rapping.
you're shooting to the top.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
that brings up the point of what Panther said. Okay, there was a time when it wasn't about promoting materialistic things or glamorizing materialistic acts,
Yeah.
which is the violence, right?
Yeah.
It was more about a presentation. It was a story, right? Now, the subject matter has been watered down to less than a handful of things. So, to say that they're glorifying violence, I still say no, because violence is seen in every movie we see, cartoons, like on the street, like it's everywhere. So it's just a reflection of what society is. If society wasn't violent, guaranteed hip hop wouldn't be talking about violence at all.
Yeah. Huh. Violence in hip hop, P. Let's get real.
There's violence in everything nowadays. It's not just violence in hip hop. Like there's violence on cable TV. Like I wouldn't consider it just hip hop. You know what I mean?
I know. But what about our songs where we celebrate killing each other? What about the songs where we feel like man should rob the next man and it's, it gives you that feeling.
This is another
you like
reason.
It. We want to hear this.
This
stuff.
is another reason why I don't want to hear that stuff. This is another reason why I'm totally like on the fence with the Black Lives Matter thing, because we have to deal with ourselves and our own community before we ask anybody else to stop dealing with us. It starts with us. We have to teach our kids. We can't let them listen to this music and think that this music is the reality of what you're going to face in life.
Violence in hip hop. Violence in hip hop. Let's get real about it. No, let's get real about it. No, we celebrate. I feel like we celebrate it too much. And the we is a strong, I'm included in that we. I love to hear about a murder, a killing, a cheating, a robbery. I can't step to this one, step to that one. Like, my heart skips a beat.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They got us used to that. I think that's normal.
Need it. If it's not that, I almost feel like it's soft. You know what I mean?
You gotta be
Okay.
angry and
So we see with like Tekashi 6ix9ine and stuff like that, people were so upset that he snitched. Are there rules in hip hop? Are there certain things that can and can't happen, like the gay rapper? Do we have unwritten rules in hip hop, unwritten codes to the culture?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
The only thing I will.
I think the record labels control exactly the kind of content that comes out of
Back in the day,
artists.
he's a perfect person about hip hop asking. But back in the day, the unwritten rule is don't sell out. I remember back in the day, if you sold out and went commercial, you're a sellout.
And sold out really just meant be rich.
Not necessarily be rich, but like move from like an underground sound and you're doing like poppy kind of hip hop, you know, like Vanilla Ice or MC Hammer kind of style of hip hop. That was considered selling out.
Okay, the hip hop question that we're on right now is: are there rules and codes? You know, like how Tekashi 6ix9ine. Oh, he can't come out with an album.
No, that's
can't.
pop. That's pop. That's not hip hop.
Okay, well that's fine. Are there unwritten rules in hip hop? Unwritten codes, things that you can and cannot be. The gay artist. Remember when the gay rapper was like the biggest thing? At the back of like rap pages, it used to always be like, "Oh, we're gonna expose who the gay rapper is." It was like the biggest.
Yeah, but you know, 80% of these rappers these days, you know, no, they're homo thoughts.
There's no proof for that. You can't talk to that guy. Talk to that guy. Talk to him. He's gonna spread rumors. That's not true.
No, it's true though.
You can't say that. You have no facts.
We have no facts.
No facts.
I'm just saying. I can say the same thing too. In a conversation with me and you, we could say the same thing to guy. I can agree with you. But here, talking to the I don't have no facts. This is my opinion. That's all it is.
Come on.
Really have no facts.
Unwritten rules, unwritten codes to hip hop.
I think anybody could be a part of hip hop, but you gotta be correct with hip hop. You can't.
This rapping is hip hop.
Don't come joking around with it.
Okay, what's the difference?
Don't 6ix9ine it.
Hip hop.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't 6ix9ine hip hop.
Hip hop is,
Like keep it real, man. Like,
Let's get his
speak real.
definition.
You know?
Well, to me, hip hop is life. Is everyday. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What you go through, but rap is just.
Don't do a Kanye West, I would say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, what he started off was great, but now what he's doing, that's not hip hop, man. That's
So there are codes. There are certain behaviors and stuff like that that we expect from people. All right, so you're going to give us a breakdown. The difference between hip hop and rap. Hip hop is a lifestyle, a culture. Rap is what you do?
Hip hop is not a lifestyle or a culture. Hip hop is what you breathe. You know what I'm saying? It's what you wake up every morning and you got to go through. You know what I'm saying? Rap is just an art form, but hip hop is life. Hip hop is life.
I love that. Hip hop is life. Hip hop is actually my life. Hip hop is my life. Hip hop is actually how I live my life.
But what they're calling hip hop today.
old hip hop is your life or new hip hop? Like, what do you base your life
Qualified
on? Older,
everything.
the old school hip hop.
No, I'm not stuck on that old school stuff
The
like
new
you
one,
guys
the
are.
new school hip hop.
Any school, forever school. It's hip hop forever.
Because it's come as different definitions, right? Hip hop is a different definition now. Before it was about living in the ghetto and coming up strong with your single mom, you know, having 6 kids and this and that, trying to come up. And now it's about, I'm a millionaire and I'm gonna sing about being a millionaire. Or you know what I mean?
I use it for motivation.
I got a girlfriend, but I got 6 other girlfriends. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
before it used to be conscious stuff, baby mom talk and
There's
you
still
know what I
conscious
mean?
hip hop. I
There
feel like
is,
there's
but
always been a variety.
They're not really
It's
rapping
just a matter
though.
of.
They're not really rapping about it. They're just singing a song about it. It's not like rap. I think rapping was the basis of hip hop, and it's died. That artistic lyrical form that these guys used to have.
It's still there, babe. It's
Spitting
still
rhymes?
there. It's still. It is. Who's still spitting rhymes? Who's still spitting rhymes, Steve?
Currency,
Come on.
Davies,
Come on.
Mozzie,
Come on.
Mozzie 500.
Hip hop's still alive, you guys.
I don't know those guys.
As long as
I know Mozzie.
Exactly. Okay, so let's talk about that. Do you still listen to hip hop like you used to?
I listen to old hip hop. I don't really listen to that much of the new stuff. Old hip hop.
Old hip hop.
Old hip hop?
Old everything.
Yeah.
Old everything. The new music today is just
Ah!
on all levels.
Grumpy old men.
Grumpy old man.
Do you still listen to hip hop the way you used to?
I don't know if I could say the way I used to. I mean,
Yeah.
I recently downloaded a playlist from Spotify, and I realized that I was using all the older '90s tunes that I was used to. So this newer stuff is great. It's got a good sound, but I mean, if you're looking for a little more meaning in the music, then I don't think I can say that I can listen to it the same way.
Do you still listen to hip hop? You
Not
said.
not as much as I would like to.
When did you start making the transition?
Long time. Jamaica, my people come from. From they started, like I told you, stop rapping about stories and telling you nice what's going on. Me and my homeboy chilling on the block.
Come on.
They stop doing that stuff and start talking about bling bling and my car and that's when they lost me. That's when they lost me. I used to go to the club and dance. I used to dance to hip hop.
Cool.
You know what I mean? So
We need to see who still has good moves. Do you have any moves still? Kev, you still got your hip hop moves? What can you do?
I can't break that.
Thread the needle? Can you like drop the needle or?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were about to do it. My heart skipped a beat. I thought you were about to do it. When did you? Do you still listen to hip hop the way you used to?
Every day.
I would say that breakdancing.
I listen to hip hop every day.
Come on.
But I listen to mostly older stuff.
Dancing matter.
Hip hop is a dancing matter,
No,
sir.
it's not.
There's a
What's
whole.
wrong with y'all?
Sorry, there's a whole branch of the culture
Y'all
called
confused.
B-boys and B-girls that are
Y'all
dancing.
confused.
No, you're confused. It's a pillar. It's a pillar. Let's talk about the pillars of hip hop. Let's talk about the pillars. Let's talk about the pillars of hip hop. What are the pillars of hip hop?
What are you talking about?
What are the pillars of hip hop?
Pillars of hip hop.
That's rap
One second,
music.
sorry. Pillars of hip hop, so that he knows.
Is dancing.
Pillars of hip hop. Pillars.
Pillars. Dancing.
Yes.
MCing.
Come on.
DJing.
Come on.
And art, the graffiti.
Come on. Dancing is a part of hip hop.
I mention one more.
Breakdancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dancing.
Dancing.
Yeah. B-boys, B-girls, breakdancing. We ain't confused.
That's rap.
Doing the Smurf.
We talking about hip hop.
Oh my
Hip hop
gosh.
is
It's
all-
the same thing.
Don't get it
For me,
confused.
it's interchangeable.
Don't get it
I know
confused.
you mean by rap and hip hop.
Don't get it confused.
What do you know about the Smurf? What do you know about the Smurf?
What's the Smurf? Show me the Smurf. I've never even heard of the Smurf. Does anybody have any moves they want to represent right now?
I'm retired from Electric
Does
Circus.
anybody have any B-boy moves they want to represent? B-boy move.
What, the Smurf dance?
Any move.
What about the Cabbage Patch?
Oh, there we go.
The Cabbage Patch? Remember the Cabbage Patch?
What's the Smurf?
The Smurf was when you go like, what was it?
What?
I can't remember.
No, man, I know who knows the Smurf. Panthers over there wanting to do the Smurf.
That's almost like the slide. That's almost like that slide. What was that called again?
Oh, the electric slide?
Is it the electric
All
slide?
day, all night, you just box.
Where you go back like this? And you do that when the whole group of, I love to see that.
Well, you can't dance. How can you dance for that and we ain't free?
Hilarious.
How can we dance to that shit and we ain't free? No, ain't no dancing matter. You know what I'm saying?
Strictly head bop. Okay, so
The pain is so, it's deep.
you weren't here when I was asking. Which
Man, don't
artist? Okay. First album you knew all of the words to.
Remember how he used to be?
First album,
You knew all of the words to.
anything Tupac.
Anything Tupac.
Anything
Greatest
Tupac.
influence.
Tupac,
When you used to throw Wu-Tang?
Nas, Tribe Called Quest.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like all, like word for word, because you can relate, but now you can't relate because these brothers was broke. You know what I'm saying? And it was heartfelt. So how could you dance? Being chained, it's like slavery. How could you dance?
We need to dance. We
Like Bob
dance
Marley
as
said,
slaves.
you know what I'm saying? It's not the drugs, it's the music from the ghetto. Weeping and wailing tonight. You know what I'm saying? Weeping and that is hip hop. Marley was hip hop because it was deep, it was real, and it still is. But this rap, that's something different. Y'all can dance to that. You know what I'm saying? That song is
So hip hop is deeper. Do women have it harder in hip hop?
Do women have a what?
Do women have it harder in hip hop? Is it harder for women to be accepted? Do you have any favorite female MCs that you like? Okay, cool. Name them.
Nonchalant,
Yeah?
Bahamadia.
Yeah?
Yo, there's so many. MC Light,
Come on.
Queen Latifah.
Come on.
Yo, there's tons of them. No, women don't have. I don't think they have a hard time. You got to be really good though, as a female to come in hip hop.
Missy.
What, Missy Elliott? Yeah. The elephant, man. The elephant.
For sure. Trying to catch me?
I did.
Trying to catch me?
I did. Do women have it harder in hip hop?
Yeah, a woman, of course.
Favorite female artists? Or artists that you rate? Women in hip
My
hop that you
favorite
rate?
female artist is MC Light.
Hurricane G.
Hurricane G?
Yeah. Way before.
Yeah, I never
Hurricane
heard of her.
G. Yes,
She's
ma'am.
hardcore?
What?
Do women have it harder in hip hop to be accepted, to be taken seriously?
No. it wasn't about gender. It was about the struggle and what was real. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
So, if you listen to Queen Latifah, you can be breakdancing to, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're off of that.
UNITY, you know, unity. You know what I'm saying?
They dance to that.
You can't be, you know what I'm saying? Breakdancing to, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I was dancing to self-destruction.
Yes, exactly.
I was dancing
just
to that.
thinking that, of course.
Self-destruction.
The dancing is a part of our culture.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course, you bump your head. But I'm trying to eat some food here.
Yo, Kid and Play, when these guys dance, I want to dance like that.
Come on,
I want
everybody.
to dance like Kid and
Made
Play.
it
with
nice
the-
and fun.
Seriously.
And, yeah.
Yeah, man, hip hop was fun, man.
Rap music, big difference.
It don't matter. Whatever you want to call it.
Okay. Other races in hip hop. How come we don't have a huge, Punjabi rapper?
We don't listen
A
to
huge
that.
Chinese
We
rapper?
don't listen to that. You think that don't exist? Of course that exists. Punjabi rap, Chinese rap, it all exists. We just don't listen to it. Cause we don't know what they're talking about. That stuff exists.
A fact. How come we don't have other races that are larger mainstream? And how do we feel about white rappers?
White rap? I don't think, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do. Well, you said people
I
do.
would say, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to write too, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, tell them your rap name. This is a rapper.
I ain't a rapper,
We're
man.
getting to that.
Hey,
We're
listen,
getting
excuse
to
me.
that.
Excuse me for 1 second. Yeah, we got a famous person in the
Oh,
house.
come on.
I'm not a rapper.
Come
He's a former hip hop artist
What's
here
the
himself.
name? What's
Lost
the
Tribe of
name?
Yehuda, Lost Tribe. I'm
Lost-
Sojourner, yeah, from the Lost Tribe of Yehuda. But it never
Okay.
got anywhere because brothers lose sight of the goal, you know what I'm saying? Because there's two reasons why you do music. If you're doing it for money, it's for the wrong reasons. Either you love it or you're crazy, and I'm both.
Oh, wow.
Yes, ma'am.
The passion.
Well, correct. I'm listening to everybody.
Yeah, I know. No,
so
that's okay.
My apologies.
I know, because he's become so passionate about it. So you're going to agree that there's a difference between rap and hip hop?
Absolutely.
Your definition of the difference.
I mean, I think hip hop, in my opinion, not to say by definition, in my opinion, hip hop is a version of rap infused in a mainstream way to be more appealing to a certain mass.
Interesting. Do you hear his definition of hip hop?
My opinion.
No, I know.
I can't say that.
I'm just saying, everybody has a different definition.
Right.
Because for him, he's saying hip hop is the life. The hip hop is the essence that can't be contained.
I would say that's for rap.
You would say that's rap. I know. So everybody has like
I
a
would say that's
different, gives a
rap.
different value to it.
Yeah, there's a
So you
different-
give rap a stronger value over hip hop. He gives hip hop a greater value over rap.
Whoa.
He says rap is the act.
No, rap definitely over hip hop. Because rap comes with storytelling. Right? There's a lot of rap has a lot of storytelling when it comes with it. A lot of point of view to share. A lot of, what's the word? There's a lot of not what's the word? Just lost
Substance.
it. Well, not just substance, but it's relatable in a lot of ways to where people can feel or understand whatever the artist or whoever it is that's presenting whatever it is in their art, whatever it might be. There's a lot of people that can relate to that. Not that hip hop cannot do so.
Excuse me.
But again, as my definition for hip hop,
Yeah.
it's a
You're close. This
a
guy,
muddled version of
The mayor.
of rap.
the mayor of it.
He says the mayor.
If he doesn't put his thumb up on it, it's not a race.
Yeah, exactly.
So we know now that, like, it's become one of those professions that people feel like, oh, I can just rap and become rich. What do we think of rapping as a real profession nowadays?
I mean, it's only a few rappers that actually make it through, and even the ones that I see there, a lot of them I feel aren't that talented. You got to come up with a really good gimmick to become a rapper, I guess. 'Cause that's the only thing that can separate. Because, like I said, studio, you can make anybody's voice sound the way you want it to, and most of these rappers are doing like auto tune or whatever, right? So, how talented is that?
Is it a good? Would you, is it something you'd say to your son? Go ahead and do it. Is it a good profession?
I think to be a rapper, it's an actual, again, it's an art, it's a skill. You need to. It's not something that you can just say, I'm putting my Dockers on and just going to work.
Yeah.
You know, it's not any day-to-day, job. It's a one-time thing, and not everybody has the skill to do so. It's not just like, are you trying to put, anyone above else? No, nothing of the sort. I mean, not everybody can articulate themselves to even, want to even be a rapper. You know what I mean? That's why you hear so many songs sounds the way that they sound, the way that they do right now. Not everybody can. There's a big difference between those that are hip hop artists and rappers, right? You will never hear Papoose being played on the radio all the time, or My Son, or right. You would never hear those guys on the radio all the time, but you'll hear a little J, a little TJ, a little, because it sounds, it's lights, literally, right? But after a while, that light shuts off. Rap, the light stays on.
I ain't got no more comments, baby.
Is it a good profession? You were in it as a profession.
Well,
Let's talk about as a profession. We
I'm
can even
gonna say
qualify.
it's a profession. You know what I'm saying? Because a profession is a profession.
A profession, you can retire. Like,
You know what I'm saying? It's all
play with
about
your money right.
Yeah.
You know.
You know what I'm saying? But hip hop is not a profession. Like I said, it's life.
That's a difficult question to answer.
It is.
It's like asking Picasso.
Sorry, is it MC?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying
This is
can
a profession.
everyone be a painter.
Rap cat,
I'm
you know
saying,
what I'm saying?
is it an honorable, an enviable, a profitable profession? Does it make sense to you as a profession? Is it something you would encourage a child to do?
Yeah, but it's like a barber, right? You can't learn to cut hair. Who could teach you to cut hair? You can learn styles. But if you don't have that, you know what I'm saying, that knack, that natural, you know what I'm saying, drive,
Yes.
you could never learn to cut hair. You have to have that, you know what I'm saying? You're born with that. It's a gift.
So how come
You know what I'm
everybody
saying?
wants to do it like it's a lotto ticket?
Everybody wants to play basketball too.
Like it's a lotto ticket.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to play basketball too, right?
6 o'clock. Yeah.
Rap is a profession. Everybody wants to rap. I come to you. I'm gonna start rapping. You bigging me up like, yeah, no, that's the move.
I wouldn't necessarily tell you to put all your baskets into rapping in Canada, because it's harder for us to make it in that profession over here. Even if I was in America, I would probably not tell my son, okay, you should be a rapper, and that's all you should do, just be a rapper. No. If you want to rap, okay, but you could also rap and keep a job. You know what I mean? I'm not going to
Until
say
you bust.
just go and put all your things into rapping. What if it never happens?
Do many people are on the internet saying just invest in yourself, throw everything into your dream?
All those things.
Yeah, I know.
Not all of them have books.
Okay, what do we think of people that are rapping after 40?
That's all right. Once it's dope.
Yeah, I don't follow all that age thing. No, as long as you still got skills, man, you stay in the game as long as you want.
It's an art. If you're able to still, you're still able to, produce at your highest level in your art and what you do, why not? Age doesn't come into play.
And it's influencing other artists. They're feeding off of the veterans too, right?
Again, not to bring you back into this, but Picasso was painting into how long?
That's right.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know, 38?
And you know what I'm saying? After he passed away. You know, it's an art form.
It's a passion.
That's it. That's the word right there. Passion.
It's a passion. If you're gifted that way, it's absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It can, because you can't learn to do this. It's either you can do it or you can't.
People can learn to do it, and others are just gifted.
Right. But if you have to learn to do something, well then, you know what I'm saying? You'll be half stepping. It's either you win it or you win.
Rapping after 40.
If you're still able to captivate an audience and express yourself the way you were when you first started, why the hell not?
Right? Rapping after 40?
I don't think there's an age where you need to stop rapping. Like I think that you can rap at any age because it's a form of expression, right?
That's it.
Rapping at 40, there's nothing wrong with rapping at 40.
You know what they say, Panther? Hip hop is the purest form of expression. It's the purest form of expression. Hip hop.
I hope I see them rapping at 70, 80.
That's all right
I'd like to
too.
see that. I'd like to see that.
That's all right too.
I'd like to see it.
I would like to see it too. I'll probably be the first one, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean,
Granddad.
I took it on a macro level to have expressed the way that I had said it, but on a micro level, like directly to your question, how old is Jay-Z?
How old is Jay now? 52?
Probably.
Yeah, he's 50.
So that answers that. Jay-Z can still walk into the arena at any time. The only time Jay-Z will not be able to walk into that arena, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to
Yeah.
put it out there. Literally.
Yeah, yeah.
So that answers that question.
Red Man, Method Man.
Jay still can walk in that arena anytime.
Of course.
Okay. Now we have to talk about.
Holding a coffee that he just grabbed before he walked in. Like he doesn't need to write anything. Right. Like at any time.
You'll be like Kiss as old as
Anytime.
Relax. Let's make chocolate.
Anytime. I'm 53, so I'm performing still.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Look at me. 53, baby. I'll do it. No, I don't.
Would you?
No,
Would
I can't. I wish.
If you could do
If I
one song
could,
successfully.
if I could do one song right now at 53, I would do
If
it.
you could do one song successfully, would you?
I would
become
do
a
it. I
rapper?
have these guys in there video with me.
I
I'd
love
do
it.
one song,
I
man.
love it.
You know?
If you could have one successful song, would you do it? Would you be like a rapper?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, right. I'd want an album, not just one song.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
I don't know. That's another one.
You know what I'm saying? How old is Burden Spear?
Right?
Oh, I don't
Burden
know.
Spear is you know what I'm saying?
That's another artist.
Every time I listen to Spear, my paws raise because it's so because you can feel truth.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can feel truth.
Yeah.
Lies you can't feel.
Okay, so I know the answer for you. Have you ever written a rhyme? Have you ever written a rhyme?
No.
Oh, really? You've never written a rhyme or tried to rap?
In my head, I tried to rhyme stuff together, but I've never actually sat down and written nothing. No. No.
Another one.
Have you ever written a rhyme or tried to rap?
I've freestyled.
Yeah?
Don't ask me to freestyle. That was
Yeah,
a long time ago.
Greg, bust a rap, man.
No, I'm gonna go to him next.
No, do a song. One of your own songs.
Have you ever written a rhyme or like tried to rap?
Yeah.
Did you have an MC name?
Chili D.
What is it?
Chili D.
Chili D. I love it. I love
But
it.
I was more into DJing though.
Yeah, club.
I was more into the beats.
Do you rhyme? Have you ever written a rhyme or tried to rap?
Oh, no.
No?
Yeah, exactly.
Pete? You ever wrote a rhyme or tried to rap?
Yeah, I used to freestyle.
Yeah?
Yeah. I used to freestyle in my neighborhood on the block and stuff.
Cool. Were you nice? Did you have a rap name?
Of course I was nice.
What was your rap name?
Panther.
Did you ever write or try to rhyme?
No, I did not.
The purest form of expression is poetry.
Yeah.
Poetry is the purest form of expression.
Yeah, it's the
Actions
truest.
speak louder than words. Silence is golden. I wrote that.
Oh, come on. So this is what I want to hear now. Drop some gems. I'm sorry. We gotta. This is a superstar. You gotta drop some gems for us. We want your favorite rhyme. Your most important rhyme. The world's listening right now. Your most important rhyme. We're coming up like it's a music video. Drop it. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. We're wrapping it up right now. Come
I
on.
got so much that
This is it. You
It's
better
right
lose
here.
yourself when the moment.
You want to hear some Monty? You want to hear some music?
No,
No, he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it.
I don't
Just
need
from
it.
the heart.
That's
Let's
it,
hear
You know
it.
what I'm saying? Like, I got violent. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Give me something from the heart to touch
the
our
heart?
hearts, to touch
Okay.
the audience's heart.
Okay, I wrote one time. I'm glad that I met you. How can I forget? You're greater than what's possessed. I'm obsessed with your quest, clinging to your chest like babies naked from birth. I thirst for your worth, for what it's worth and more. I curse the law, I misreheard the whole. The League of Nations deplore martial law, but here's the real score. During the real war, millions tortured and burned. Brothers lost their homes from Africa to Rome on the point like the journey for survival. Bit and bridle. From here on out, every move is tribal. Revival times tabernacle. We broke the shackle, block and tackle with the scalpel from our saddles and parables and lamentation. Peep the potency of this potion. Polemic poetry deep in motion. And I'm out.
Love it! Cool. Where do we see hip hop going in the next 40 years? Next 40 years for hip hop. Hip hop in general.
hip-hop.
I'm talking influence.
Like 10 years ago.
I don't know.
Next 40 years for hip hop.
Presidential?
Huh?
Presidents are,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Next 40 years
Artists
for
are
hip-hop?
turning into presidents of the United States?
I don't know, man.
Getting into politics? I think so. I think hip hop's gonna get political.
I love that.
Been political. From the jump.
You're not serious, bro.
Hip hop, not rap.
Next 40 years.
been political.
Next 40 years for hip hop. Where do we see it going?
I don't even know because you know what? I gave up on what's out now. I can't see the future of
That's
of-
not fair. Then you don't love
Life
it.
is no fair, but
No,
we
then
still
you don't
gotta
love
live.
it. Then you don't love it. You don't love
What?
it. You could have never turned your back on it.
What?
You could have
Because
never
what's
turned your back
out
on
there
it.
now is not hip hop.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is. Hip hop's forever. Hip hop's indestructible. Hip hop's forever. Hip hop's forever.
No.
40 years from now, where do we see hip hop?
I'll be 93, so I don't know.
40 years from now, where do we see hip hop going?
International, bigger than what it is. Hip hop's going nowhere because it's too ingrained into society. It cannot be removed. It would be like cutting out your heart. Impossible, or draining your blood. Like it's impossible. It's going nowhere. It's just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger, and more consumer lives, more and more and more.
I want to check them one more.
Now we just rename Earth hip hop.
Right?
Change the name from Globe to hip hop.
That'd be crazy. Next 40 years for hip hop, where do you see it going?
Hopefully bringing us closer together.
Closer to,
Closer together.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next 40 years for hip hop?
Next what?
40 years. Next 40 years for hip hop. It's 47
What do
now.
I
Where do we
want?
see it going in the next
What do I
40
want to
years?
see in the next 40
Sure.
years?
What direction do you think it's going in?
From where it came from, I would have to say it's going to only evolve. Because
It could never get better than how it was.
Come on, you gotta
I don't
let
know if
go.
I could agree with that. because there could be our grandkids that bring it back to boom bap. You know what I mean? And boom bap becomes back the thing. That's very possible. These kids are wearing bell bottoms nowadays. Who would have thought bell bottoms would have came back, bro? It goes in cycles. It's gonna come back.
They're just going through a period in time right now. That's all.
But I'll be listening to reggae in the meantime.
Okay, final word on hip hop. I'm giving it to you. I'm not even gonna give the final word to Pete. I'm giving no. Hip hop. Final word.
My final word on hip hop, there'll never be a final word.
Rondo's up for those guys.
There'll never be a final word.
This is Pete Cutter from Cut and Run. Thank you for watching another week of Chop Talk. Please subscribe.
I did it.